Guys, Swirly Gaming here, and I had a pretty good run on Belladonna just a moment ago. You can see I'm currently ranked 13, so I wanted to go ahead and show off my strategy. I'll go through the equipment later, but this is the team. This is kind of RNG dependent because Angela is very hard to build to stacks. I'm going to turn 8, so I need her essentially to LB for the first 4 turns, which is challenging if I don't get good drops. So the first thing I want to do is cast Protect and Shelga separately, and then whichever one after, and then send Zon right before Seely's. So now the boss has mitigation for both physical and magical. You will know pain, and then Laura's going to cast Eccentric because I need Angela to have as much help getting her LB. Alright, so that looks good. She should be full because she'll get a little autofill, yep. Okay. Oh yeah, so first thing I want to do is have Laura punch my team. That way Seth gets down. Alright, so let's go ahead and send Angela. Celeste is going to be covering this turn. Alright, Seth now has been damaged, so we can do Rallying Cry. Louise is going to quad Ionic again. That looks good, she should be full. Now Zon has the most important job, to keep Seth alive. Okay. So I've had pretty good luck. Angela has filled up her LB. So I can send Angela and Laura. Yes. Now this turn, I need to shift Louise because she needs to break the boss. So we're going to do 3 cast and neutralizing. Okay. Seth again can do that. And now because Celeste is going to be taking damage this turn, I need to ensure she won't die. So I'm going to cast her LB, which is going to provide her mitigation. General Mit and Magic. So this is her best choice. I have her broken. So Seth will also get a mana drain this turn, but because I debuff the boss, it's not going to do a full mana drain. So Seely, as you can see, only took like 230 damage. Alright, and Angela is almost full again, which is great, so Seth can go ahead and take care of Angela. Okay. Let's see, the boss has nothing yet, so Angela, we're good. I'd like to use Laura's LB this turn as well, so we're going to just redo cover. Zon can just try to get some LB crystal drops on Laura. Let's shift her back. You'll see later I have a bunch of LB fill gear on her in her base form, so if she can get 1 or 2 crystals, she'll be full. Great. Alright, so there's her second stack, so we're good with that. So now what we want to do is we want to do the stat reduction resistance, and that's about it. How long does this last? 5 turns? Let's go ahead and use modified heavy gear too. So that's going to give, really Seth's the only other person who's going to be using that, but that's okay. So this next turn, Angela's going to be forced out of her Brave Shift form because it's a 4-turn duration. I get a lot of those scam likely calls. Alright, so you can see Angela flipped out. So now we're going to do triple, and we're going to cast double AR and her self buff. And then Zon is just going to double AR. Where are you, Laura? You're in your shift form, so let's shift you back before I do anything. And fill up. Alright, so that looks good. So 5th turn. Alright, so Sealy's is going to cast Dispelga because he boosted his attack and magic. Let's think what I'm doing with the rest of the team. I'm going to be using Queen of the Jungle on you. So I need to fill her LB. So let's go ahead and do the Dispel. Actually, let's see if I can get... I don't know if it'll fill her or not. It did not, unfortunately. Alright, so we're going to Dispel the boss. And then we are going to do the field. And a fire starter. Yeah. Sorry, my brain just kind of stopped. And we're going to cast Queen of the Jungle. Okay. So now this turn, Zon is going to need to copy the buffs. And I also need to break the boss again. So Angela's going to go back to her shift form. Cast her final stack of this. You are going to go back into your base form so we can try to get more LB drops. We are going to use Reflector. We're going to critical Laura. I might do this slightly differently. We're going to double. We're going to do Thief in the Night as an Imperil. And then we are going to critical on Laura to steal her buffs. Okay. So now, yep, that's good. Turn 6, Seth needs to use his base LB. Laura needs to fill up her LB. So here, what I would do is just punch with Laura, and that should fill her LB. Close enough. Louise is going to use Incapacitate, Fire Boost, that, and Ionic. And this is another AoE magic turn, so we are going to use Sealy's LB again to take care of that. Okay. So there's the mana drain. Again, he's imperiled, so it won't do full damage. And Sealy's took a couple hundred more points of damage. Unavoidable. Alright, so turn 7 is the setup turn for the final. So we're going to do Purging twice and Fallen Angel. Laura is going to be using Volatile Ammunition. She is going to be using Hot Shot. Alrighty. Zon needs to spread everything. I believe I didn't spread it last turn. Yeah, alright, so you're going to be using Reflector, critical on yourself, elemental on Louise, and projected. So this should give everything to everyone. She's on a dead turn, kind of, so let's just go ahead and cover. Alright, so let's check. So Angela should have Fire Imbue, adds fire. She has the damage killers, the physical killers for beast and human. Yep, she's got everything she needs. And now Louise needs to do, in this form, we need to do the Gun Imperil and 3 casts of Ionic. This is the unfortunate part because Laura is unable to fill up her LB this turn, so Louise is unable to do real damage on the clear because I need her to cast her Ionic Fire Blaster 3 times to fill Laura, and I guess I'll just use that. So everyone should be full. Yep, we're gonna cap. We're gonna cap. We're gonna cap. Seth has a break. I saw a break. Is he? It's only defense and spirit, so I'm good. And then we are going to triple cast Stardust Ray with my Sealies. My last run through this, I ended up scoring like 825 million, which actually is a really good score. So let's see how I do this time. I'm going to go ahead and do my little zoom in trick because it's very hard for me to chain this. There, we're going to start, and there we go. And let's go. 265, 200. I saw a couple of 200s. So I think when I had my highest variance, Angela hit for like 300 something. So this one's probably going to be in the 700s. Yeah, so 756. So again, it's just variance, but that is my strategy. So I'm just going to keep going at this and seeing if I can improve my score slightly. I didn't really mark through this. Yeah, you can see Angela hit real bad, 236. So maybe I sent her too early, or I guess I sent my chainers too late, and maybe I didn't cap it correctly. But yeah, like I said, she hit her total damage was in the 3s before, so that's a substantial difference. Hold on, let me take a note of this. Actually, I'll just take a screenshot. I can take a note of it later since I'm doing a recording. I won't improve. My score is like 304 or something is my best. All right, so now let's go over the team. So I'm not going to go over everything, just kind of the things that are needed to know. You can stop. So Seth in the base form is a passive provoke evader, and he's in the first slot because I want him to be the target of the gravity spells. He has guts innately. So as you saw in turn 2, my Laura just punched my team to bring him down to 1 health. So then he takes minimum damage on the gravity. And then in Brave Shift, he just has, as much damage as he can. I wasn't able to slot an extra 25% human killer, unfortunately. Yeah. Louise in the base form just has LB stuff, really irrelevant. And then doesn't really matter in the shift form because she doesn't actually contribute to the damage at all on the final turn. So her build's pretty much irrelevant at this point for me. Zahn has dual cast, and he's a passive provoke evader as well because on turn 1, Seth is stacking his limit burst, so Zahn takes care of that. And then he has guts with Oerber's boon just in case he actually gets hit from Laura. That will save him. Yep. Laura again, LB fill in the base. Lots of LB fill and LB fill rate. And then pure damage in the base or shifted form. 300 beast and 300 human with 300 LB. Fairly simple. In the base form, she just has the Chocobo Feather accessory, but I decided to change it where I start in the shift form. So you can see she has Chocobo Feather accessory here as well. I could give her Oerber's boon, but then I lose a lot of killers doing so, so I take a little bit of hit here that way. And then Celeste is just geared straight for spirit. I actually didn't even check to see if the boss is using elemental attack on the AoE that she covers. I don't think so, but I could check and see if that helps. And that's her build. So yeah, that's my clear. I hope you found this video somewhat educational. I know it was a little longer than I was expecting, but please like and subscribe. Let's try to get to 10 likes on this video, and if I make any big changes to my team composition or strategy, I will go ahead and upload a new video. But for now, please like and subscribe, and I will include my turn actions as well in the post, so look for that. And as always, have fun and hoard wisely.